Willkommen bei New Work, willkommen auf der ORGATEC. Wir sind jetzt hier am dritten Tag und wir haben wieder total spannende Gäste. Heute haben wir von der Firma Framery Lasse Karvinen. Du hast got it right?
Yes, correct.
Deswegen machen wir das Interview auf Englisch. No worries. Wir werden uns total anstrengen, dass ihr bis zur Ausstrahlung hier auch Untertitel und Bauchbinden habt, damit ihr versteht, was wir reden, vor allem was ich rede. Und ich denke, es wird eine total spannende Geschichte, denn Framery ist sicherlich die Mutter aller Telefonzellen in diesem Markt. Lasse, the story of Framery, how it was founded, actually is a quite nice one, actually a funny one. Is it a true story or is it just a tale?
Yeah, it's a true story. So everything started at 2010 when our founders Samu and Vesa-Matti were working in an IT company. And they had this boss who was speaking on the phone all the time. He was using this Bluetooth hands-free set and he was going around the office to make those phone calls. And he was disturbing everyone there in the office. And one day, Vesa-Matti got enough. He stood up and said to the boss that, can you go somewhere else to make those phone calls because no one can concentrate here. And then the boss was checking that, yeah, actually no, because we don't have any space where to go. Meeting room is booked all the time, but if you bring me a phone booth here, I can go there to make those phone calls. And then the guys went to Google, tried to find office phone booths, but they couldn't find anything there. And they were thinking that, are we really the only people in the world who has this problem? And then they understood that maybe not. Maybe there's something in this idea. And after 15 minutes, they came back to the boss and said that we have good news and bad news. Good news is that you will get your phone booth, but bad news is that we're going to quit and start to manufacture those.
That was one talk.
Yes, and guys said that it took like 15 minutes to make the decision that yeah, they will start this business.
The software company is permanently closed. I think the boss kept on taking his calls on his Bluetooth headset, didn't he?
Yeah, the software company, it was of course their first customer because the boss said that they need a phone booth and the company still exists and they have sold the company to someone else and guys started this business and we have been running this business now more than 12 years.
So in the beginning it was actually bringing a quiet zone into one of the open workspaces that still are very popular, but especially over the last 2-3 years, a lot in the office has changed. So it's more about different work zones and different work areas. Now, has the meaning of those closed cubicle spaces, has it changed over the years?
Yeah, of course, like these are kind of multi-purpose spaces and they give privacy to the person who wants to make a phone call, but also they give privacy to those people who want to concentrate in the open plan office. So you are not talking on the phone, having these one-on-ones there and disturbing others. But there are other use cases as well. People can go inside and do focus work. They go and relax. They want to decrease their stress levels. And we have people are different kind of, and we have different kind of preferences. Some people are extroverted, some are introverts. So these pods will help those people to really perform in the office when they can go to separate spaces where they can do whatever they want.
So actually productivity is going up?
Productivity is going up. It is the biggest thing because noise and lack of sound privacy is even before the pandemic, it was the most disturbing aspect of the work environments. And now, after pandemic, it is even bigger problem because we are making a lot of those Zoom calls and less and less people are just meeting each other physically. But of course, that is also something that we shouldn't forget, that this face-to-face connection, it is also important thing that you meet people face-to-face, and it will be a big part of our use cases in future as well.
We talked to people here on the fairground. They told me if you have those those cabins set up in your company, one big problem is to get people out of there because they tend to be there for hours.
Yeah, that is true quite often, and we always try to develop our product so that the end user is super happy and they want to use our products, and end user is the most important like customer group. There are also always facility managers, architects, dealers, and so on, but we always focus on end customer, the end user, that they want to stay inside the pod, because then we can always sell more pods. And sometimes it's a problem, but it is there are different policies that you can have in your company, that okay, you can stay there only for phone calls and video calls, or maximum 1 hour or something like that. So companies have internal policies how to use pods.
When I look at your stand here at the show, it's not just the phone booth anymore. You have developed a wide range of products. Can you say a few words about the different products and about the purposes and what they're made for?
Yeah, so we have now 4 physical products, and then we have digital offering as well. So first phone booth is Framery O, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a small phone booth for video calls, short video calls, phone calls, and that kind of thing. Then we have Framery 1, which is already like a workstation size pod. It's designed for longer video calls or focus work. Then we have Framery Q, which is designed for 2, maximum 4 people, more like ad hoc meeting space. And then we have Framery 2Q, which is already like a meeting room for up to 6 people. And it's optimized for 4 people for having hybrid meetings, live meetings, workshops, and that kind of stuff. And then we have Framery Connect, which is the digital side of the company and our offering. And now with Framery 1, we have 4G connection in every Framery 1 unit. And we provide data to our cloud system, and we can provide data and insights to those facility managers to show that, okay, which pods are in heavy use and where do you need more pods, maybe where you have too many pods, and you can optimize the usage of the pods.
Is it only for analytics or for the booking as well?
Yeah, so then we have also booking system integrated to Framery 1. We have the touch screen there in the pod, so you can integrate it to your Google or Microsoft calendar, so you can make the reservation from your mobile or your laptop. Or then when you go there ad hoc, the pod books itself automatically from the calendar, so no one else can do it.
Okay. If you walk around the show here, you see hundreds of little booths. I mean, it's not just a structure and some acoustic. There's a lot of technology inside. What else do you have to consider if you build a Framery box?
Yeah, of course, the technology is a big part of our product. We have a lot of patents and design registrations. And we always think that technology is just a tool to make the user experience better. We always think about the user. So lighting, ventilation, people have different kind of preferences. Some people prefer higher airflow, lower temperature, and some people prefer totally opposite. So it has to be adjusting the user needs. Then the lighting is super important when we talk about video calls. People, when they are in Zoom calls, quite often they focus on their own picture, not the other person there in the call. And lighting is super important, that you look always good. You don't have to worry about that. How do I look like? You can really focus on the other person there. And then, of course, the Connect and the calendar integration, that kind of stuff. It's designed to help usage of the product, that you can easily find it. It automatically books it. You can book it yourself from your mobile or laptop. So you don't have to book it with post-it notes or anything like that.
With the secretary.
Yeah.
That brings me to the question, is Framery like the famous one-trick pony? Is this going to be your core business forever, or do you have plans to expand into other areas of the office or maybe even the home? Whatever.
Yeah, so we always say that we want to focus on that business where we are the best in the world. We are best to build pods. This digital side is something that we have understood, that if we can find a way to help people to navigate during their workday, there is another business that might be something new for us, and it is where we focus. We don't want to do everything else that many other companies are doing, because we are not the best to make chairs and tables and so on. Offices are still our biggest customer segment, but more and more education and hospitality and that kind of. We have sold some pods to home as well, but it's not the big business at the moment.
And you're quite successful with the businesses, right?
Yeah, we have been quite successful this year. We're gonna make 150 million euros revenue, and the business is growing next year and upcoming years. So pandemic has been kind also thing that has helped us, because now not only those tech companies and professional services companies who invest in their workplaces, they understood the concept like 5 years ago. But now more and more traditional companies have understood that we have to do something with our open plan office, that this is not working what we do now.
Great, thank you. Für alle, die uns auf YouTube gesehen haben, ihr habt jetzt auch die passenden Bilder zu den Produkten gesehen. Alle, die uns nur zuhören im Podcast, Entschuldigung für das nur, schaut mal rein auf unserem YouTube-Kanal, da seht ihr dann auch die Produkte von Framery. Und wir haben natürlich in den Beschreibungen alles verlinkt. Das bringt mich zum üblichen Punkt. Wenn ihr es noch nicht getan habt, lasst uns ein Like da, lasst uns ein Abo da, das hilft uns weiter im Algorithmus. Und bis zum nächsten Video.